Bloomin' nuts. You ever been scared to do something? Well, that's me right now. However, I just heard some information that I thought may help people because it definitely helped me. And I have been working, trying to evolve for 44 years now. And it seems like, the more I learn and the more times I practice, and then, everything seems to be going okay. And then the outward circumstances collapse, shall I say. And then I find my internal world kind of going, "Rah," like what's going on? Doing all this work. I'm meditating. I'm changing, my thoughts. I'm reprogramming as I sleep with positive affirmations. I'm eating healthy, and then I was like, what's the point? Then I'm eating unhealthy. Anyways, so I definitely have no self-esteem, and looking at myself doing a video is a little awkward. 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 But here I am. Because I know that I am not alone in not necessarily loving the way that I look. So this is a huge challenge to stare in a mirror video of myself talking, and identifying every single age line, crooked lip thing, and I believe that's called self-obsession in one way, shape, or form. And I didn't realize that. I watched something about just do it, and there's lots of areas in my life where I'm totally capable of just doing it, and because I want to, because it feels good and it doesn't hurt anybody else or myself. I heard it said when it comes to, just starting anything, you just got to do it. And the thought of, or even watching myself right now, is just like, it's like looking in the mirror, which I don't do because I don't really like what I see. And that's okay, because it is what it is. So here I am, staring on and off, because it's difficult to stare at myself talking in a video. So, anywho, okay. So, what I heard was, and it just I feel like I get stuck all the time. I'll have a month of just we'll call it bliss. Everything's going great, synchronicities. I'm happy, I'm content. I'm just joyful, and I've heard that related to the state of being in flow. Cool. Okay. So, and then I'm not, and then it's like, well, what am I doing differently because if I'm in flow, wouldn't it make sense to, if I put myself in flow, wouldn't it make sense to be aware that I did a different behavior, a different action, something to put myself out of flow? Yeah, I'm not there yet. But I definitely know when I'm against flow. I'm a very intelligent person. I'm not a book smart person. I couldn't add literally two numbers together unless they're 2 + 2 = 4, because that's just, I memorized it. Yeah, science, no deal. Chemical equations, no deal. Shakespeare, no deal. But other than that, I am intelligent in terms of I can create stuff, I can fix stuff, I can find solutions to stuff. that kind of intellect. I can be able to connect with the higher realm. That's pretty cool to me, and I'm grateful for that. So, and I spent a lot of time about, and I still like vibration, and again, it goes back to like, well, what am I actually doing all of a sudden today that is not different than yesterday, but I'm just feeling like a bag of a poo-poo kachoo, you know? And so I will often try different spontaneous things that I've heard in the past, like dance parties, Grey's Anatomy. I tried that one day and by myself, and no video, and I felt like an absolute like, but it worked. Like it worked. Okay. Don't necessarily do it as often as I could, but it's getting better. So when I'm, in this poor me stuck, blah, 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 like physical pain too, which doesn't help, I allow myself to get more and more and more stuck, especially when I compare and contrast myself to, well, like what did I do different, like yesterday or the day before, like what's wrong with me today? And so while I don't compare and contrast myself to others as much, cool, I've implemented things to help me with that. I am not on social media, except doing this. And this is with the pure intention of trying to help somebody, anybody, know that maybe they're not alone. Because I know I sure as heck feel alone. I live alone. I'm not married. I have no children. I'm an only child. And mom and dad don't really talk to me because, I'm a little different. Just like we all are. I have got beautiful fur baby named Boo. So technically I'm alone. And I'm overcoming that, greatest fear of being alone. It's actually not that bad. I much prefer it. I only argue with myself. Kind of do what I want, when I want, how I want. And I'm definitely more joyful in myself, with myself, than trying to people please and go on social media and look at a friends list that really did not help me, because I was just comparing. Oh, look at them getting married. Why are they getting married? What do they got that I don't get? Oh, look at them on vacation. Well, that's great. Cool. And then I realized, well, for me personally, when I'm really, really happy and enjoy, I don't need to post it, because I don't want or need the likes. I used to, for sure. Look at me, like me, And my steam, although it's still not, great, but was definitely not great then, because it was dependent on how many little heart doohickey things, or how many, people liked a hairdo or something. And then if nobody liked it, I was devastated, like, because I was just doing stuff for other people. So I stopped doing stuff for other people, and one of that was getting off of social media. If you like social media, cool. I mean, I haven't been on it in years, and I'm sure it can be helpful. And I've heard people say, like, go on for the inspirational quotes. Cool. Make up your own inspirational quotes. I don't know, like, you do you. Cool. That was just something that really, really helped me. And the first thing, actually, before that I did was Wayne Dyer. I heard him live, years ago. And he mentioned to stop watching the news. And I was like, oh, because it never made sense to me watching the news when I was with my parents, even after. And it was just, something every day, whatever, pick a time, 6 o'clock. It was 6 o'clock when the news came on. I was like, I don't, it's not that I didn't care, because I care too much, but the same channel had the same numbers, had the same story, like, I don't know, to me, what do I know? But, if news stations can they not come up with their own news? And, um, and the most important thing that I always commented is there's never positive stuff. It's like never, ever positive. Maybe once in a blue moon, maybe. A life that was saved, but other thousands of people died. Like there's always just so negative. And when I stopped watching it, like it shifted, like it was a shift, because I wasn't taking in that constant extra negative bombardment. So that was helpful. And that started my quest for more self-love. And then, I hear all this talk, and I was searching, enlightenment. Um, and again, I'm working on it. It's in progress. My recommendation, stop searching for, I need to stop looking, stop searching to fix me, because if I'm looking, if I'm searching, I'm always in that strive, like to go, to be, to better, more. I'm a more kind of gal. And when I'm in that, in any area, it just basically fundamentally comes back to me telling myself that like I'm not enough, that only I can get fixed or saved or whatever by doing this. I don't believe that I have to go and put on a show on a certain day of the week to receive any type of blessings. I just have to show up for myself, do good for myself, be kind to others, be kind to myself, and not tell anybody. And when I do something that's not kind to myself or to somebody else, if I steal, if I lie, if I cheat, which I do, because I'm human, if I hurt somebody, I can own it. I'm sorry I hurt you. To your face, to your face. And it's taken a long time, because I had that, I can't admit my wrong, because then they're going to think bad of me. Well, guess what? I know, like most people know, when they're being lied to. And the more that it happens, the harder and worse it gets. So I took the approach and flipped it inwards. And I can respect, and I do respect, honesty a lot more when it's actual honesty. And sure, I still go about my day unconscious. And definitely like to isolate, so, try not to hurt anybody. But unintentionally, sure, I can still hurt people. And I'm willing to talk it out, If I'm driving, I don't even bother about road, like, people honking their horns. It just hurts my ears, actually. Like, whereas before I'd be like, back at you, like, people are all having, and it's like a whole honking conversation. I'm not really sure what was, like, being communicated, except honking and probably, like, pissed off vibes. But, I've programmed whatever to not stop doing that. And I send people love. Like, that person is going really, really fast past me, and I send them, like, sincere blessings. May they get to where they need to go safely and, like, on time, to the time that they're trying to get there in. And, I was floored when I actually seen the same car that I did that to. Like, I don't know, a couple 100 miles, whatever, like different cities, a good hour and a half driving later. It was a very, like, noticeable car, colors and whatnot. I actually seen it in the hospital parking, in the ambulance bay emergency, because I drive past the hospital every time I go home where I live. And I was floored, new word. I was blown away and floored that, like, holy crap, like, you know, they really did have, they really were going somewhere, you know, because I always just assume, and even though I send them blessings, I was still floored because they actually had someplace to go, and everybody has someplace to go that's important to them. You know, but a hospital emergency room is when you're driving buck wild. You know, that's apparently very, very important, and I get that. Family member, whatever. And I was floored to be like, oh, like they really do have someplace to go, and it's not up for me to judge any other like, I still do it. I don't need to know where they're going. Just like nobody needs to know where I'm going. You know, I make mistakes all the time. I'm human. So anyways, this journey of enlightenment, and it's like, you know, bringing in the light and blah, blah, blah. And people always have these great insights, and they can channel and light language, and well, I'm definitely not prepared to practice that. I really believe we all have it within us. We are, yeah, we're all capable of anything that we want. For me, it's just a matter of actually like, I admire tarot card readers. I admire anyone that gets on here and actually publishes a video of them talking. Like, whoa, utmost newfounded respect as I sit here. It's scary. Anyways, so when I do things to proactively change, shift my thoughts, focus on gratitude, like just gratitude. Like, what am I grateful for? My feet, my toes, start small. And then it got to, and that became like my go-to. And I can still wallow, absolutely, but I'm aware that for the most part, like, I can catch it and go to gratitude, whereas 35-ish years, like over half my life, was definitely not spent with that mindset. And if you're if you're grateful, you'll have more things to be grateful for. Absolutely, but just not as I wanted or expected. Because I expected, if I'm grateful, I'm going to be given, you know, and it's not for me. It's not like that. I'm grateful for the smallest, most beautiful things, like butterflies, blue jays, cardinals, and like wildlife, spirit, like that's synchronicities, angel numbers, makes my heart melt. And that is what my new stride. That's my new, you know, that's the connection that I want. That's what satisfies me. Is that those moments of pure, like, just gratitude and tears, just and of course the bigger moments, blessings. So it's a process, and so what I have come to hear and understand, and that's why I'm sharing this, is you know, become enlightened. Is that, you know, the body is receiving light. Everybody is receiving light from whatever you want to call it, from the sun, from light codes, from intentions, upgrades, activations. I have no idea the rest of the jumbo right now. And we do receive them, and so then what happens is that our body, you know, is receiving them, cool, and then everything is great, woohoo, you know, feeling good, and then all of a sudden it's like that, like, what happened, you know, like I'm angry, I'm frustrated, I'm this, I'm that, the dog's mad at me, I walk into the wall, you know, like burst, whatever, and it's like, oh, the shit hits, pardon my French, the shit hits the fan. And, you know, it's all, and it was all, I always, up until now, looked at it like, well, what went wrong? Like, what am I doing wrong? And I just literally heard this. So, I'm not doing anything wrong. The light that has come in, whatever amount that is, needs time to, like, seep within every cell of the being And I kind of imagined it as like a little fight going on in the body where like the light's trying to fight out the old, you know, stuff that no longer serves. And the more I keep trying to like push and go, because when I felt good, I could go. So I just want to keep, you know, going and doing. And I didn't realize that like part of this, whatever they call it, integration, is that the light is literally like integrating the cells, and we are all becoming enlightened. We are getting in light. The light is coming in, enlightened. The light is coming in within us, enlightened, enlightened. It's like, what? So, and I have no idea, like, how long it takes and all that stuff, but it makes a lot of sense to me. Just like, you know, when we get sick, it really started, in my opinion, a long time ago before it actually presents as the tumor, as the neck ache, you know, the cough, the cold. It started long before that inside of our bodies, probably in our cells. I'm not a scientist, and so you know, we just weren't actually maybe aware of it until it presented. Like, oh, I have a cough. So all of that, the light that's coming into each one of us, needs time to get rid of the old stuff, and just needs some like quiet time, some downtime, some rest time. And my perception of like the down rest time is like, I'm lazy, I'm depressed, what's wrong with me? Why don't I want to do, no motivation? I'm lacking motivation. Why can't I have high, you know? Well, because it just needs time. And I can look back and be like, yeah. And then, because just like that, I'll maybe a month, I don't know, whatever. I don't actually keep track. But yeah, like, and then I'll have like moments of, you know, periods of like enjoy and enthrallment, and then pew, wait for the shoe to drop. And yeah, it's not waiting for the shoe to drop as of today, because I just heard that no, it's just my body accepting and integrating into where it does for the light. Cool. I am not enlightened, by the way. Not, but I love that explanation, and it probably makes no sense at all, but whatever. And that could be a, you know, a viable explanation for aches, pains, discomfort during this awakening, whatever you want to call it, process that everyone that's on this planet is in, because the planets say so. It's not really a choice, I don't think. To some people, that for sure it's a choice. I am choosing to participate and show up however you want me to show up. And you know what, though, even people that have no idea, or that don't, or that like it's happening. So cool. It's just how we show up, and some people are definitely more confident, I guess, in just sharing where they're at. I don't know. So this is my effort to help somebody out there. I have no idea who. And sorry for constantly like looking up in a way other than at the camera. It's very nerve-wracking. And who knows, maybe this is my prayers being answered to embrace unconditional love for myself and self-acceptance. Because you know, the post-it notes on the mirror that I don't read obviously hasn't cut it for the last 30 odd years. Cool. And I know that my prayers, my asks, my intentions, my new moon diaries, and you know, my intention to grow and show up. It's all coming true, just not in any way, shape, or form, or literally form, method I had anticipated, you know. So yeah, enlightenment is our bodies getting the light in. Enlightenment. The body is getting the light in. So in those time periods where that's happening, maybe they're not stuck. You know, I hope that helps. Somebody help me. So I'm sharing it, and may it find you, whoever needs it. You're not stuck. You're getting the light in. You're getting enlightened. You get to be in pain and be stuck when it happens. Oh, thank you. Have a good night, everyone.